Good evening, everyone. This is my week 6 video blog on ethical violations and board discipline. After checking out the Virginia Board of Counseling recent disciplinary actions, I discovered that the most common reasons for discipline are falsification of treatment records and negligence in meeting continuing education requirements. My personal reaction to this was mostly surprised that it's so commonplace for counselors to be dishonest in reporting the things that they need to. Taking a closer look, I think both issues tie into time management and are likely to occur when counselors are feeling just maybe time stressed or overtaxed or overwhelmed. A recent case analysis with one counselor regarding her continuing education requirements, when she was asked to provide proof upon audit that she had successfully completed her required hours, she was unable to provide the documentation to support that. In response, she was fined $500, and she was also informed that she did need to provide the proof for those hours, and if they had not been completed, and should she then complete them to comply with the order, that those hours would not be applicable to future renewal. The applicable codes for that, the ACA code would be code C2F regarding continuing education and maintaining a reasonable level of awareness of current information in the field. The state codes that would apply would be code 18 VAC 115-20-107 A, C, and D, which state that licensees are required to maintain their documentation, that they've completed all of their continuing ed hours, that they should provide the documentation upon request, and that the hours required by disciplinary orders should not apply to renewals. Additionally, Section 18 VAC 115-20-140 A6 cites that a failure to comply with continuing competency requirements will result in discipline. A recent study on the effectiveness of disciplinary actions by the state supports that students should be well educated on ethics and state board discipline, and they assert that the results of that would be counseling students entering the field with a better education to avoid the common pitfalls that some counselors experience. This would result in fewer counselors being penalized and would look much better for the counseling profession. In addition, educators would come up with a lot of new knowledge on potential ethical situations as they teach and brainstorm, and just like I feel like we've done in this class, we've had some scenarios thrown out and we really have to look at it and pick it apart and figure it out, and some are more unique than others. So greater awareness of the possible scenarios that might be faced. And in addition, there would just be better awareness of the legal requirements of the state and staying in tune with that. The ACA codes that apply to counselor impairment are code A12, I believe. It applies to client neglect, and that counselors should not do anything that may neglect their clients and should assist their clients in making arrangements should they be unable to meet the needs of their clients. Code C2D, monitoring their effectiveness and taking steps necessary if improvement is needed. Code C2G, monitoring themselves for impairment, and additionally their supervisors and colleagues, which is something new I learned. And finally, code C2H, which requires counselors to have a plan in place for clients transfer if needed. The Virginia Board code 18 VAC 115-20-130 B1 says that counselors must practice in a manner that's in the best interest of the public. In conclusion, the question I have is, even though we already know that we should monitor ourselves for good self-care and wellness, how greatly beneficial would an annual assessment be in circumventing potential cases of counselor impairment? Thank you for watching my video blog.